The opening movie of the second annual Tiffin Drive-In Theater's Godzilla Stomp is Invasion of Astro-Monster, which is a favorite among Godzilla fans. It's really kind of a fun and wild ride. And I've got some special memories about it because I grew up in the 1970s, and this is a time when, you gotta remember, there was no streaming, there was no Blu-rays, there were no DVDs, there were no VHS tapes. You simply watched television and you watched it when the shows were broadcast. So if you wanted to catch movies like this, you had to be sort of a studier of your TV guide and your local TV listings to know when they were going to be on. And I can remember the first time that I saw the listing for a movie called Monster Zero. And I had no idea what this was or what it was going to be about. I'd never heard of it, but it had the word monster in it, so we're watching it, of course. And tuned it in, and it spooled up, and it's spaceships, and it's spacemen and astronauts. And I gotta say that if I could have one prop from all of the Godzilla movies ever made, it would be to have one of those giant space helmets that Nick Adams and Akira Takarada have in this movie. I mean, these have got to be the largest space helmets in all of sci-fi. But anyway, I digress about that. But it was about space and these spaceships and these astronauts, and I was completely cool with that. And then suddenly Ghidorah appears, and I'd never seen Ghidorah in a movie up to then. I knew who he was from movie magazines and things. So I was excited. I was seeing Ghidorah for the first time. And then a little bit later in the movie, and I don't think this is a spoiler for a 60-year-old movie, Godzilla and Rodan show up in the movie. So I can just remember my little kid mind being kind of blown that in this Monster Zero movie, Ghidorah and Godzilla and Rodan show up, and it's just a blast of a movie. And I still, getting back to those helmets, I think about Nick Adams, an American actor, going over to be in this Japanese movie, and he's gonna be a star, right? And I just wish I could have been there the day that the wardrobe people came in and said, "Hey Nick, here's your helmet, try it on." He had to be thinking, boy, what have I gotten myself into here? But what he got himself into was just a fun monster mayhem ride of a movie that marks the opening movie for the second annual Godzilla Stomp right here at the Tiffin Drive-In Theater.